Când să lasă Seara peste Bucuresti. A long title, and it even has more. um, Very interesting movie. A very appreciated director for the last Cannes Film Festival that was organized, which is in 2019. He had La Gomera in the final lineup, in the final selection. And we have notes on our blog about this. Vlad Ivanov in the leading role there. Here we have an actor who is interesting. We used to meet him at the club downtown. I even attempted to say that there's admiration. I don't know what the words were, what words I used, but admiration for the fact that he has just been awarded the local Oscar. Oscar is again an exaggeration, of course, but local trophies for the cinema industry. Again, industry is too much to say. He seems not arrogant as another celebrity, another actor who comes. That man is. I told him he left the sauna, the hammam, steam sauna open, the door open, and thus the whole locker room will become a wet place. And he was, yeah. I was talking to, I don't know, Johnny Depp. That's it. So there were jokes about the Romanian manner of making movies. One critic said something like, if the character is eating a chorba, a soup, sour soup actually, well, the filmmaker will show him eating that soup, which means we'll watch him 10-15 minutes finishing it slowly but realistically. So things like that came to mind last night when we had the chance to watch this local production. Even two channels dedicated, one to Romanian films and the other to comedies. The latter is called Comedy East Comedy. So maybe the idea is to expand, to have comedies made in the East. So we'll see. Indeed, at one moment I think they had some foreign film, even if, come to think of it, I think there was a local implication, co-production or something, participation from some countries. Anyway, the film is, as I said, really interesting because it even has some philosophical discussion, aesthetic, historical on food. So two characters are eating in a Chinese restaurant, and then he starts speaking about the sophistication of the Chinese food, the fact that they insist on the substance, not the apparatus. I don't know how he called it. They use chopsticks. Okay, so then they also have the chopped meat because they can't have bones, T-bones. So I don't know what I can't remember the whole discussion. Some of the dishes present in the Western cuisine, let's say. So chopped meat, chopped vegetables, and there's spices, and then there's sauce, and then there's more sophistication. In the Western, in his view at least, in the Western, look at the friend there enjoying himself because he's not supervised now. In the Western, there's a steak, basically, some side potatoes, and then eventually a salad, less sophisticated. So the female character is arguing that, well, if that's the idea, that the knife and the fork, less sophistication and less interference between the man who eats, the person who eats, and the food, then the Arab cuisine should be the most sophisticated because they eat with a hand. Well, I don't know about that. So there's more on this, and they have a few exchanges on the matter of taste. I think it's the taste. Well, it's also the presentation. When I look at this Chinese food, it looks so much more elaborated. I mean, he didn't use this word, I guess, but so yeah, well, taste. But then there's also the presentation, the texture. That and other dialogues, exchanges. Very interesting. Together with the fact that some seem real because that's what happens in reality, but also others would say, well, yeah, but it's too long. I mean, they talk too much about the bill, and then the bill, and he destroyed the room, and I have to wait for the bill, and then it's $15,000 or euros I had to spend, and then if it's like that, we will not make the movie. And then he's waiting in the car for her to come out, and then he waits, and then he waits, and then for some it can feel that it takes forever.